Perhaps by the lacing on the glass you can see I've already had one of these. This is Guinness Extra Stout, or Guinness Original. The one that we get in Canada is apparently the same we get in the same they get in the UK. At least in alcohol content anyway. This is 5%, so it's slightly stronger than the Guinness Draft. Okay. There's a multitude of versions of Guinness throughout the world. There's several versions of this type of Guinness throughout the world with varying alcohol contents. Some up near 7.5% or something like that. This is one of my favorite beers. I haven't had it in a very long time, but I had to get reacquainted. So, hence I already had one. Now, perhaps someone from the UK can confirm, after I do this review, what the ones in the UK taste like. Hell, anyone around the world who wants to pipe in about what their Guinness Extra Stout tastes like is more than welcome to. Apparently, the ones you get over North America here, I've read up that they're not the same quality. It just doesn't taste the same, etc., etc. So I don't know. I hope to go to England one day and try Guinness over there, or not England, but you know, Ireland, and try the Guinnesses they have over there. But until then, I'm stuck with this stuff. So let's pour it now. It's very, very dark brown, bordering on red. Where Guinness Draft is actually a very dark red. This is more of a brownish type stout. Probably because of contamination from already pouring a beer in this glass, the head is not as impressive as the first one I had. The head usually comes up to about there. And it's a nice foamy head that stays throughout the entire drink pretty much. Actually, as you're drinking it, it gets down to about this size throughout the entire drink, so hopefully this will stay anyway. So as I said, it's a very dark brown, so I'm going to smell it now. God damn, that's good. Very sort of bittersweet roasted coffee. The most pronounced smell in the entire thing is coffee. Perhaps there's slight hints of licorice, maybe chocolate, but that might just be my nose deceiving me. Essentially, the big upfront smell from the aroma is the coffee malts, and it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, there's very few beers that smell this good. So I'm going to take a taste now. Ooh. Yeah, so I forgot to mention that you would have noticed that the head doesn't form like in Guinness Draft with the nitro, the little nitro widget in the can. The head here is already preformed essentially after you pour it, but yeah, it's different. It's quite a different beer from their draft. Okay, so we'll get on to the taste here. Again, there's a very up front. There's a very sort of bitterness that quickly goes to sort of the coffee, the dry roasted coffee taste. It's a very exceptional taste. I quite enjoy it. And it ends on sort of a sweetness that goes back to a bitterness again, and it's not It's not quite the sort of bitterness you'd get from a lot of other stouts. For this being an extra stout, it's actually not as bitter as most stouts you'll run into. This has more of a sharp, refined kind of taste to it, where the flavors and the character comes out a lot more. This is one of the finest stouts in the world. It does enough to make itself different from anything else on the market, essentially. You can't go wrong with Guinness. I've said this before. Just like Guinness Draft, this is one of my favorite beers in the world. It's one of the top beers I've ever had, and it instantly gets a 5 out of 5. If you're looking for a beer with a lot of character, a lot of taste, a lot of class, a beer that actually is a very good introduction to stouts, quite frankly. You can't get better than Guinness Extra Stout. It's a beautiful, beautiful beer. And it's 5 out of 5. You should pick some up if you've never had it before. It's wonderful.